everybody, Mark here from the Average Me channel. Today I'm out once again looking at filming locations from the TV series The Walking Dead. Now I suspect this one's going to be a little different. I'll tell you why in just a little bit. But we're going to be looking at, among other things, the locations of both Alexandria and Woodbury. Stick around. Hi everybody, today I'm going to visit two small towns in Georgia just south of Atlanta. And the first one, Griffin, Georgia, is where there are a lot of little snippets and different things take place. For example, it's where Rick and Daryl first came across Jesus. And there's some other things there too. I'm going to find out as many of them as I can. I don't want to tip my hat too much too soon because I may not find some of these locations. Now the second town, Sonoya, is home of both Woodbury and Alexandria. I suspect that one's going to be a little different because the town has sort of embraced the show and it's become somewhat of a tourist destination, sort of a tourist trap. So it might be a little different trying to find locations there. They might all be mapped out already. We'll see. Either way, I'm sure it'll be fun. Well, my first stop in Griffin, Georgia is Del Arno Foods. And if you remember, that is where Daryl and Aaron were looking for food and they found the trucks and they were rigged. Remember that? They opened it up. I think the wolves had rigged it so all the walkers were inside. And I'm a little disappointed that they tore the building down. This must just be in the process. I'll try to get in a little closer. There is a no trespassing sign, so I don't want to go against that. You can see these towers. They are very identifiable in the show, but the buildings where they're walking around is gone. Let's see how much of this we can still recognize when we do side-by-side comparison shots. So this is the gate. This is the same gate. And you can see the towers, but where all the action was is now completely torn down. So unfortunately, we really can't see the loading docks and where the action was, because right now the buildings have been demolished. What you see behind me may look familiar. The fence is gone, but this is the area that was found by Sasha and Rosita, and they started a fire and it distracted all of the walkers, and then they tried to hotwire a car. So I'm going to see if I can find the exact shot to match up for this. This area would have been fenced in. I know in the shot you can see, let me see if I can duplicate it. Right there is pretty close to the shot that you saw during the show. Right in the middle where all the walkers were, there was a fence right about here. And a fence went down, and the walkers were in that area. And right now, what it is simply an abandoned gas station, and I believe that's someone's private home. In the show, you can see this building, but it would be on the opposite sides, would be inside looking out, so you can see that building. And we can also see this light-colored brick building, the cement brick building. We'll take comparison shots and you can see what I'm talking about. And then in the background behind them, you can see this building. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you a little more clearly. That building right there can clearly be seen in the background. So you can see the at least the DOV portion of that building. And you can also see that to one side and this building to the other. So if I could get inside this fence, I'd be looking at about the same angle that you're seeing, and that would have happened right in this yard. I wish I could stay a lot longer in Griffin. There's a lot more to see here, but I'm losing daylight. You can probably tell the sun is coming down low even when I'm recording this. So I want to get to Sonoya and see what I can see. It's already after 5 o'clock. It's February. The sun sets early. So I'm going to head out there and see what I can look at for everybody. Okay, so this is a pretty good representation of the shot. that you see with the governor. We are now in Woodbury. We're actually in Sonoya, but this is the main street. This is Woodbury, and this is where the governor and his crew live. I'll try to do side-by-side screenshots. If we can't, you'll probably be familiar with some of these buildings. One behind me with the water tower hovering over it is pretty identifiable from the series. Okay, before I get arrested for hanging around this town looking suspicious, I did want to do a little panoramic looking down at the end of the street. Because these are some identifiable shots that you could see from the series. I think it's pretty darn clear that we are looking at Alexandria. It's amazing that they actually do have this big wall around a section of this small town. Now, I can't go on this property because there's a lot of no trespassing signs, as you'll see in a moment, but I'm going to show you as much as I can of the walled portion of this cinematic city. This is really amazing when you finally come across it and you recognize it as being a city from this TV show. As I look over the fence, I can't go over there, but as I look over the fence, I can see a lot of homes that look like, you know, they've been used in the filming, windows are knocked out, that sort of thing. I'll try to zoom in. So you can see that window right there. And I don't know what's going on down there, but it sure looks like a lot of buildings that are burned out. You cannot walk through any of this. All of this has been blocked off with road signs, fencing, cordoned off. Pretty impressive. You can see a burned out structure right up there. I can't see much over the fence, but you can see some more burned out there. It looks like the city has undergone quite a bit of turmoil. You know, in the excitement of visiting all these filming locations, I just realized I forgot to record an ending to this video. And I got to tell you, it was exciting, especially seeing Alexandria in all its glory with the walls around it. It was really something to see up close in real life. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing some more filming locations from The Walking Dead, and I hope to do more in the future, not only for this show, but other TV shows and movies as I have a chance. Thanks for joining me on this trip. I'm Mark with the Average Me channel.